Assessments of practices. This plan of action also relies on the findings relating to guidance practices themselves, their basis, the presuppositions which organize them, but also their effects, both in terms of the positioning of the person and in terms of efficiency. Historically, these practices have relied heavily on the counselor's expertise, their knowledge, their conviction, their ability to understand and interpret the person's situation or words. However, we find that if this stance is reassuring, it is also more likely to produce submission and even acceptance than engagement. The analogy with the medical diagnosis is obvious. To incite engagement, you first need to analyze more accurately the person's conditions of mobilization and the ways to build a relationship that is more collaborative than prescriptive. We also find a great promotion of the face-to-face relationship, which is believed to be the only one allowing an individualization of the process. Yet this doesn't appear so obvious in practice. Some collaborative and collective approaches contribute to the process of individualization. It seems individual work, face-to-face relationship, is being confused with the individualization process. What is offered is adapted to each person's singularity. One last aspect seems important. It reveals a presupposition, very established in guidance practices in France in particular, of the importance of self-knowledge in the building of an evolution project or in the mobilization of strategy. Entry via the person's characteristics is frequent and rarely challenged. The proposed system looks to focus the attention on the situation. Where am I at? Rather than on the person's characteristics. Who am I? Of course, it isn't a case of making opposites of these two entries, but rather of pinpointing what organizes the process. As it stands, it brings us back to the original question: how to make the person's situation evolve with regard to the various parameters they find themselves in.